All right. Well, I'm going to take you into a trend. So, just some, I don't know if most of you seen Scrooge, the movie Scrooge, when in winter he was basically the meanest old man you could ever meet. And I mean, this is a movie and a cartoon movie, but still, I mean, should old men really be that, like I guess the pain in the ass, like, towards their employees? So from this quote, winter must be cold for those with no warm memories. It came into mind because, and most of you, it's kind of vague for me, the movie, but from what I can recall is, basically, he works, I guess, in an office and he has employees do things for him, but that night he ends up like having an image of like, why can't Christmas finally go right for somebody? But in a sense of, I guess the Grim Reaper came to his home and wanted him to have a better living for himself, but he always lived his life to, if I have all this power, then I shouldn't really share it with anyone. So during the night, he he goes with the Grim Reaper and like, he has images how his life could be if, his life could be better if he basically went down a path of having if his life was better, if he basically if he had a better living. I mean, if he oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm done. I can't. Just.
Good job. Leo. Karma. So good. Thanks. You did good.
I hope I did. I'm scared, dude. I know. I just kept saying the same thing over and over, and I couldn't like go forward.
All right, Leo, I can hear you kicking yourself over there, and don't beat yourself up too much. It's tough, and I think that there's a chance that you could do these things much more effectively, but you have to develop the skills a little bit to do it. You get caught trying to tell us the story of Scrooge, and to me, it seems like this is a story everybody knows like the back of their hand. Maybe it's something that's fresh to you, but you've got, the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, the ghost of Christmas future. Hey, there you go. there's an organizational structure to talk about, if you don't have good memories of the past, here's how it haunts you. If you don't make some memories now, here's why it's going to be a problem. And what's the value of the future if you don't have those kinds of memories? There you've got your structure. Now come up with some examples. And you're trying to rely on the story of Scrooge, and it sounds like you're sticking with a particular version of the movie of Scrooge. I got to be honest with you, I'm not sure which version you're talking about. It sounds like it may be the Jim Carrey version because it's animated, or maybe it's Mr. Magoo. I'm not sure which. But the truth of the matter is, this is a story that there are probably, at Christmas time, 20 different versions that basically tell the same kind of story. Okay, but it's the same story, pretty much. So what else can you tell us about it? How else can you develop those things? And that's what you need to get going in the speech. And you, like I said, you just kind of get hung up trying to reconvey the story that you saw, and it's not leading any place. And it's obvious that when you run out of the description of the story that you don't have any place to go, and that's when you kind of bail out at the end. There weren't things that couldn't be fixed. I thought, for example, you started off with your voice pretty effectively. I thought that you had some good gestures, a little expansive and exaggerated sometimes, but you seemed engaged. But the longer you went on, the less certain all of those things became. And for example, your eye contact drops down a lot more. Your facial expressions just become not exactly panic-stricken, but definitely not something where you're engaging the audience in the conversation, and it's really more just a reaction to your own uncertainty there. Even at the end, what you need to do is you need to find a graceful way to get out, even though you're stuck. You just say, well, the truth of the matter is, come back to your quote. It's important to have these kinds of good memories, and we need to be able to do that sort of thing. And that'll get you a better exit than just going, I don't know, I'm done. Let me roll over and play dead here. You want to be in control, even though you've like I said, exhausted what you could say. Don't forget that you still have a point that you tried to make, and if you can come back to that point, that'll get you out of it a little bit more gracefully. All right, thank you.